Hello YouTube fans, Meta here, and welcome to the best cards to pull from Dark Illusion. So it's 4 AM at the moment, and 1 hour ago we got the rarity list for the Dark Illusion, confirming some rarities we already knew were going to be cards that we knew already going to be in that rarity, for example Desires, and some very much surprising cards such as Blackwing Gofu the Hazy Shadow as a common, the Metalfoes Archetype or lower than super or lower, and some rarity bumps for Dark Magician's Report, two of their key cards being secret rare, and this set offers a lot of meta problems and possibilities. For example, the Metalfoes engine is a very powerful engine indeed, which will allow Yang Zings to compete more effectively. It will basically shape the meta in the form of Metalfoes as a Meta Archetype. It will bring quite a few variants of that, Ariadne form, Gofu form. The Magispecters will be quite commonly used in that set, and it's definitely going to be something to definitely pick up since it is a very much low budget card indeed. It will also give support for Synchro Fusionists, both in high rarity and low rarity, and also allow Shaddolls to come back in the form of Shaddol Trains, which we've been waiting for quite some time. So yes, this video will show you the best cards you can pull on the sneak peeks or when you get your box yourself or just random packs, and hopefully you will know what to keep and what to just, well, the ones I don't mention, more or less just disregard them, or if they're going to be Subterra or Spiral, I'll be talking about that support later on in the video since the images are not up on DevPro and I'll have to go on to Yu-Gi-Oh! Organization to show the support. But more or less all that support is mediocre compared to what we have in Cosmo, for example, Dark Destroyer, but they only need a Dark Destroyer for them to start to compete. So yeah, so let's start this off with the secret rares. The first of this is Pot of Desires. This card is Marmite. It's either you love it or hate it. I'm in between because this card can be very abusable. It can definitely win you games as you can top deck it, draw two good cards and win off that. There's times when you need that, and card demise wouldn't be run if it wasn't so abusable. Pot of Desires is going to be the same. It's going to be people who won't like this, but eventually will go on to use it. It's great in Shiranui, it's great in Blue Eyes, it's great in DDD. It's definitely one of the cards that will originally hype, but will start to either go down slightly like Ghost Reaper has, or keep as standard like Solemn Strike or, for example, Cyber Dragon Infinity. This card is definitely something to pick up or hopefully pull and profit from, particularly on the release. Then there is Cosmic Cyclone. This card was more or less going to be secret rare. We already knew this probably was going to be secret rare. This card is definitely getting played in UCG quite commonly now. It's definitely a side deck card against most pendulums since it is banishment that is obviously targeting, but that is only for spells and traps, which is very good against meta. For example, Cosmotown. This gets rid of it without floating. This gets rid of domains currently in the game still. This gets rid of the Metalfoes that'll be coming out, and gets rid of problematic cards that we generally don't want to deal with that may float. Metalfoes are a very big example of this. For example, their counter and their combination definitely get plus from being in the graveyard. Definitely fusion, banishing off that can be very painful for that engine. So Cosmic Cyclone is another card definitely pick up. It's probably a free of as well. Same for Pot Desires, definitely free ofs. Something that I will hope to pull myself, particularly with Desires as well. But Cosmic Cyclone definitely going to keep at a stable value. Most likely this will be the Solemn Strike of the set and will keep the best value of all. Then we have the Nirvana High Paladin. Got some play, but more or less completely useless in the OCG at the moment. Definitely something you'll want, maybe as a one-of, but definitely don't focus your deck around it. We've got Kaijus, this can easily be outed, maybe as a finishing move. It's a win more card, but essentially this is secret. Some people will hype it at the beginning of the sets, but this value will die down. So definitely something to have, but not to keep forever. Then Coral Dragon. Coral Dragon is the best level 6 synchro that's ever been printed, to be fair, except from Brian Nack. It's It's easy removal, discard cost is good, when it's into the graveyard it's draw power, and in Synchrofusionist this is brilliant. This card goes great with Stylish Charge Warrior. The fact that it's a tuner is absolutely profitable, and it definitely deserved to be secret rare, and will definitely be a card to look out for on release. I definitely will have to get this before even Pot of Desires, because I will want to play Synchrofusionist again because of the support that you can get, and the combos with Gofu and now Get the Night are brilliant. So yeah, definitely a card to pick up on release. It will probably have a highish value, but then probably stay quite stable. Then there's other secret rares that kinda shouldn't have been. The first of these is Dark Magic Circle and Magician's Navigate. The Dark Magician archetype didn't take off very effectively in the OCG, and it probably will not take off very effectively in the TCG either, unless it's comboed with Cardamires or Bar Desires. So I'm really surprised they put this as secret rares. If these were ultra rares, this would be more notable, definitely like the blue-white support. But they made it secret rare. I think this was kind of misplay on their behalf. The support's good, but it's not something that's viable. It's not the reason you're buying the set. So I don't really think these should have been secret rares. Something that will be definitely hyped when you pull it on release, but will start to decrease in value as they realize that magicians will not top commonly. And then finally, the worst secret of the set, Examination, or as it's now going to be known, the Forceful Examination, I believe it's called. It's extremely slow. It's basically a bad trap dust shoot, and even then that wasn't played for quite some time. This card is highly unlikely to ever get played. If you can get a good price on this, I would say get rid of it. Don't keep this card. Pretty much trash. Then onto the ultra rares. The first of these, well, the actual best ultra rare in the set, Shiranui Sage. I'm really annoyed that they made it ultra rare because I need to pick these up on the release. It's an instant aside from Lord Omega. You guys have probably seen my Shiranui set, my Shiranui videos. It's definitely a brilliant card to open up with, and so abusable. Lone Fire Blossom was abusable, this card is abusable. Definitely something to keep hold of, definitely something that will keep value. Probably going to be the Neptibus of the set. And the other notable ultra rare is Red Dragon Archfiend Tyrant. It will probably have a higher price on release than it will after the release. It will start to decrease in value. Some Blue Eyes players will use it, but not many of us will. We don't have a deck that can really abuse it very effectively. Then there is Endless Trap Hole, which I completely forgot about for a minute there, but yeah, this should have been the secret rare. This should have been secret rare over Examination, to keep in the theme with Time-Space Trap Hole, but unfortunately it's not. If you're playing Fracture Felsia, this is a card you need to pick up, because it can clog your opponent's board, and if you do it to a Pendulum Summon of 5, they're kind of fucked if they contribute summon, so Endless Trap Hole, a great card to pick up from the sets. Definitely something that I will have to pick up myself. Probably just a one-off though. Probably just a one-off. There is Subterra support that are ultra rare, and secret rare. Hidden Sea is a confirmed secret rare, which is a searcher. Subterra Stalagmo, which is a draw support, and then Subterra, that is banishment. They're not too strong. They're a bit underwhelming, like the Spiral archetype. But I'll go into that in more detail when we go on to that portion of the video, which is near the end. Then we have the super rares. We have Metalfoes Fusion and Metalfoes Combination confirmed as super rare, and the rest of the archetype as rare or common, which is very good. This engine you need to pick up. It's very abusable in a lot of decks, such as Dark Lord, such as Viking, Cosmo, and I can't pick up the Destruction Magic, Yang. And then there's also Ancient Gear. This engine is abusable over the board. Definitely something to throw in quite a few decks. Definitely something to get abusable, and definitely something to pick up on release, since it probably won't change value from release to continuing because it is a meta deck. And I doubt any of these will be Twin Twister value, but they'll probably be about 3 to 4 each UK value at the moment, and probably will stay at that level. It's definitely a good thing that they were cheap and going to be seen quite commonly. There'll be a lot of variants, and it'll be depending on what you choose to put in the deck to make it successful, as there are forms that have Pot of Desires in them in the OCG. Although I probably would not go for that route. I would go for like Apex Avian and Warfage Sloth, Magispector Unicorn, and Guardian Ariadne. These will be great engines in this deck. But there will be a lot of variation on what you can do with this. Definitely a brilliant engine to pick up. And another super rare that we all love and hoped that will come out soon is number 81, Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Superior Dora the Explorer. It's brilliant. It's going to make Shadow's pseudo competitive again. They can play again. Hallelujah. This card, great. Definitely something to pick up if you have the chance. It's a generic rank 10 that basically is technically better than Felground because you basically can't get over it. You have to kaiju this card. And then the support for it is common, so easily picked up for your Shadow deck. So if you're wanting to play Shadows in this format, pick them up now. They're relatively cheap, I believe, so you should gain some decent plus from that. And Noitilus will likely be reprinted in the Mechatins, which are coming up soon, so there won't really be much expense having to play that deck. And then the super rares are the Rod and Illusion, which are alright, kinda not notable. They're key cards for the Dark Magician deck, but Dark Magician is not very powerful. There's also Premature Return, which is an ultra rare. It's alright. It will be usable in the future. Spell Strider, which is also usable in the future. I don't think it's very prominent now. Lunalight Perfume, the best Lunalight support they've ever got, and they've changed it from never being treated as to Lunar Light Perfume. Having that space kind of means we're not going to get the never treated as card condition, which means we probably won't get a reprint of Frog the Jam for quite some time, which is a real shame indeed. But yeah, that's a super. It's an alright super indeed. And then we have the rares. DD Savant Thomas is a good rare card. Definitely seeing a lot of play in the DD deck in the OCG. Definitely something to pick up if you're playing DDDs. The Volflame and Gold Driver are rares. Adamante is a rare, and Cardinal is a rare. Keep hold of your Adamante. Great access to Zolkin with Gofu, Cardinal, maybe something to keep hold of. You don't want to get searching for binders if Solid Polymerization comes back off the ban list, because there is always a possibility it could. I believe Aura Hulk is also a common, or a super rare. I didn't see the rarity properly. I'm pretty sure it's a common though, which is very surprising, but it's a good card. It's definitely a good card. And then we also have as rare, can't see it at the moment. No, I think that's the only other notable rares, to be fair. Then we have some nice common engines, as I say, trains. We've got Empowered, great for rank 4 spam, Shirayuki, which is now called Fairy Tale Snow, and the artwork is slightly changed, the colouring of the dress, maybe looking more like Red Riding Hood than Snow White, maybe for copyright purposes. But essentially this is a great card to replace Trickland and Brilliant Fusion engines. Not 100%, but to run alongside of. Then a rank 3 engine in the form of Super Hippo Carnival, as it's not once per turn, it can be done from the graveyard, hand, or deck, and it's instant rank 3 spam. Very good card, and also a defense. And then Pendulum Hall is a common as well, which is a bit surprising. It's an alright card, but it's probably not going to see play for quite some time while Strike is still in the game. And then there's Rekka Panda and the Burgess Storm is, I believe, for commons and rares, and then the characters are super, but Burgess Storm is not too meta while they don't have the other supports. They may be more meta when the frogs come out, because frogs are awesome. But I nearly forgot one key common card, Blackwing Gofu, the Vague Shadow. This is one of the best cards in the set. It's definitely in the top 5 cards you need to pick up on the set. It's brilliant. I can't understate how brilliant this card is. It's access for Zolkin. It's brilliant in Synchrofusionist as a 2-card combo. It's brilliant in Metalfoes. It's even good in Monarch, to be fair. It can replace quick draw Synchron and be effective in that sense. This card will get so much play and will be probably one of the best common cards to pick up. I wouldn't be amazed if this was a short print, to be fair, and Snow White's probably going to be a short print as well, because it just seems like the archetype could be along those lines. It's probably the Despot's archetype of the set. The top 5 cards from this set to pick up on release would definitely be number 5, Shimmering Sage, Instant Cyber Lord Omega. Number 4, Gofu, very cheap, powerful card. 3, Coral Dragon, brilliant synchro. Cosmic Cyclone number 2, and then Pod Desires number 1. And then onto the Spiral support. So we have, where is it? That's a Subterra that banishes. It's a bit mediocre, to be fair. The spiral support is the Spy Plane, which is abusable in the future, but not right now. The Have a Monster Reborn, that's an equip spell, really nice. And they have that, I believe, is Super Agent. It's an ultra rare, which is quite nice for the set. It's basically like Cosmo, 3 rares and an ultra. And it's kind of like Stratus, but it's weaker because of the fact that it doesn't search. Whereas Q, or as it's now known as Quick Fix, does search. It searches and is great abusability with machine duplication. It's level 1, so you have access to rank 1 monsters that you may want to use. Maybe usable with, for example, the... what is it called? I can't remember what it's called. Utopic Zexal could get played in the deck, but I highly doubt that. It can also reborn itself if you have Super Agent on the board, and discard cost, which is decent. But there is also another really good card from this that is going to be a release in the set, which is TCG exclusive, which is Subterra Nemesis Warrior. This card is cost sending to the graveyard. A cost Foolish Burial is always good in the game. The only problem is it has to be probably face up on the field, and then you have to tribute another monster to get the levels right. So it has predicaments in which you're doing stuff to use this card, but it's definitely better than the Spiral Archetype at the moment. The Subterra Archetype looks like the Cosmo equivalent, and then the Spiral Archetype looks like, at the moment, the Kaiju Archetype. Pretty good, but it's not going to be meta. Subterras have the potential to be better, definitely, indeed, but it depends on the support that they get in the future, depending on the return there as an Ultra. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please tell me what you think I missed out on this video. What's your favorite card from the set? Definitely for me, it's Gofu the Hazy Shadow. I'm really surprised that I said that because I do love Shimmering Sage, but Gofu is so abusable. It's definitely took a place in my heart. And yeah, if you want to see more videos like this, please like and sub for more content. My stream will be up later on today. Hopefully we'll have the box opening later on this week, and some more stuff for Dark Lords, which will be the stream today, and the Dark Lords in general. I'm probably going to deck this up for this deck this week, since we got new supports yesterday, and also some more stuff for Synchro Fusionists. So yeah, thank you for watching. Madarant signing out.